wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm Sister Shamshad Sayed from Sayed Global Productions on Quick and Easy Cooking on ITV. And with me, I'm very honored to be in the company of Sister Nazin Maya Dauji from Johannesburg. And she's been cooking up a storm with us. Assalamu alaikum, Sister
Assalamu alaikum, Sister Shamshad. I'm going to be making you a cheats butter chicken.
A cheats butter chicken, that's interesting. What is?
I think that my relatives are going to kill me if they have to see what I do to cheat. But I have 4 children who are always hungry, mashallah. 3 boys, and things have to be done super fast.
You look like, I'm sure if you stand with them, she should be looking like the sister. But anyway, before we continue, I just want to tell you and all the viewers, this is the Quick and Easy cookbook that we did in the first series. And was a huge hit, alhamdulillah, and it was all the productions that was done with all the presenters like Sister Nazneen, and we did in the previous program, Sister Fidos, etc. So all the cooking programs that we did was put into a book. It was very well marketed, very well received by the community. So if you want to be part of this, you're most welcome. But today it's Sister Nazneen's turn. And inshallah, all these recipes will go into the next series of the book, and you can then have access to the book as well. We'll try and put it online. But on with the program, you said you're going to be a cheat butter chicken. Very interesting. One of my favorites is butter chicken. So, okay, so the ingredients?
So the ingredients are, this is garam masala and dhana jeera. Then you've got garlic, mayonnaise, ghee, tandoori masala because it gives a lovely color and flavor without being too spicy.
Yes, my husband hates the yellow one, he likes the red one.
And then lemon juice, juice of 1 lemon, and the olive oil is for the accompaniment. My family also likes to use couscous instead of rice with their butter chicken. So it's our version of fusion food.
Food is all about taste, aroma, appearance. Look at the appearance of this, it's stunning, alhamdulillah. So now let's get to the cooking. So what do you do now?
So first of all, I've got a kilo of cubed chicken fillets. You can do it with chicken thighs, but it's just too much effort to take the bones out.
Exactly.
So the first thing I do, I'm going to use half of the lemon juice just to give it a nice taste. And then I'm going to chuck in my dhana jeera and my garam masala. Just gives it I'm not going to put too much in it because it gets a bit too spicy.
Yes.
Then I add the masala. Here there's about, I'd say a tablespoon, but obviously it's on, it says how you like the spice.
Seasoned cooks don't have to worry about it.
No, that's my problem.
They can go extra.
So I think my biggest problem is I don't always measure when I cook, so there's always a different taste.
I can imagine.
And then I like garlic, so I add about another teaspoon of garlic.
Okay.
So what we do then is we just add about 2.5 tablespoons of mayonnaise. I like the white creamy one rather than the yellow one because the yellow one's too tangy.
I was just going to ask, it's a lovely white color.
And it also doesn't mess your coloring when you are cooking the butter chicken.
Wow.
So what you do then is just mix all of this together. You're mixing all of this together so it gets all nicely combined and you get a lovely pink sort of color when you mix it. You'll know when you've mixed it thoroughly.
Wonderful.
It's nice to marinate this a few hours before, although you can cook it straight away.
Yes.
But when it's a few hours before, you'll find that the taste has matured.
Lovely.
And it will be much tastier.
Right.
You'll notice I haven't put salt in.
I noticed that.
That's because something else is coming later. But also I have a very bad habit that when I put in the salt, it's too much.
Oh, okay.
So
you love your
I
husband
wait
a lot.
till the...
See, when you put too much of salt in the food, you love your husband a lot. So
maybe that is it. But now what I do is I leave it till the end, so that I can taste it. Okay. That's done. We're going to leave it aside to marinate for a bit. So this is the ghee that we're going to use to cook our butter chicken.
Into the pot.
Into the pot there. I'm just going to hold it like this.
Let me hold it for you. You can just take
Jazakallah. I think that's it.
Yes, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. We don't want to put too much in it because we're all watching our figures. You can actually smell the aromas.
Inshallah.
And inshallah. So it's going to go into the pan that's got the melted ghee or butter, depending on what you want to use. But I'm old-fashioned like that. Ghee is lovely. So you just spread it out into the pan. While the chicken is cooking, I'm going to make the couscous, which is super to give what the kids. It replaces the rice. It's very filling and it's healthy.
Wonderful.
Okay, so there we go. What you have is a small pot. In the pot, I'm going to put the couscous and we're going to dry roast it. This is where you have to keep your eyes on the kernels because it can burn. You want to try and just get the aroma out, but not
burn it.
Roast it.
Yeah.
Burn it. So I do tend to shake it like this just to get it
loose.
Loose. Okay, so now that it's roasted a little bit and there's a bit of an aroma, we're going to add in some water.
So it has to be boiled?
It doesn't have to be boiled, but I like to boil it just so that it's already warm. It speeds up that cooking process. You can see I've got the water just above the level of the couscous. I then close the lid and switch off the stove and I leave it there. Forget about it for a few minutes. Now
Sister Nazneen is going to show us how to do the sauce for the butter chicken. So what's your ingredients?
So the ingredients we have is a cup of fresh cream, and then this is my secret ingredient. It helps to thicken it.
Right.
It's actually powdered soup. So anything like onion soup or a chicken soup, it's already got a bit of salt in it, which is why I haven't added the other salt earlier on.
Right.
And then for color, it's tomato paste.
Okay.
So this is about 2 tablespoons full. Okay. So
and those are just the 2 ingredients?
The 2 ingredients which are going to go into the sauce and then into the butter chicken. Yeah. So I put the soup into the cold cream just so that it's easier to mix and doesn't clump when it does go into the pot. Yes. Otherwise, you have some horrible
you don't want
clumps.
that.
Yeah. So that's
it curdles.
Yeah, it curdles and it's a bit horrible.
Yeah.
And especially when you have fussy children like mine.
Boys.
Yes, I've got 3 boys and a daughter.
Subhanallah.
But my daughter is the most fussy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really? How old is she?
She's 8.
Oh, subhanallah.
And she is, I think she's spoiled, I must admit. She prefers to eat fruit than food.
But that you should be thankful because she's eating from the tree and not the factory.
I suppose so, but I wish she would eat a bit more protein and, and the good stuff.
Yes. So it takes on a lovely color. Hey?
You can see it takes on a lovely sort of orange color. Yeah. I'm just trying to mix in the soup a bit, just so that we don't have too many clumps here. Yeah. Then all you do is add it to your chicken to cook for a few more minutes.
So should we just bring it from the stove?
Yeah, let's do that. Jazakallah. Okay, and I'm going to add it in there. You can see the chicken is quite dry. There's hardly any of the moisture from it left. Oh, difficult to pour it with your other hand.
No, go ahead. You're doing a fine job.
Okay.
I just want to put this on this here.
Let's just add. My mother always said you mustn't waste.
Exactly.
So I'm going to just scrape out as much as I can here. And what we'll do is we'll just mix that through. You can see it's getting a nicer color instead of the sort of ugly.
The pale color.
Pale color, yeah. If you want, you could add even more tomato paste, depending on what kind of color you are looking for. So then this will go back onto the stove, just to thicken up, basically. And doesn't take very long. Another 2-3 minutes, and you are done.
Wonderful.
I didn't add the salt earlier on, because like I said, I'm not good at adding it in the marination stage. So about a teaspoon, but obviously it's to your taste.
Yes. Wonderful.
And you mix that in, and then it's ready to go for its
last simmer.
Yeah. So let's do that.
Different styles of butter chicken, but so innovative. Subhanallah.
It's all the playing around that we have to do as
Yes.
mothers.
Second. There we go.
And there we go.
And let's check on your couscous.
Shall we show you what it looks like? There's the steamed couscous. And what we'll do is before we serve it, we'll go through it with a fork just to separate the grain.
Right, now we're back onto the cooking of the side dishes for the main dish. Got your
Yes.
butter chicken, you've got your couscous, and now you've got your side dish, which is your salad, and you're assembling the sambals.
That's what I am doing. You probably saw this in the shot earlier on, but what I have is cubed cucumber, and then there's cut up spring onions. It's baby tomatoes, but I've coated them because they're just much easier to eat like that without spraying juice everywhere. And then that's chopped red onion and some chopped chili. I don't think I'm going to add too many of these, but some people like it stronger. Then I have salt, obviously, to taste, and olive oil and lemon juice.
Okay, let's go.
So let's do it. So we'll just add, obviously there's no right way in adding everything, it's just chucking it all together because, oops.
Assembling it all together.
Yeah, because in the end it's, it's all about being quick.
Yes, quick and easy.
Yeah. My sons don't eat tomato.
Oh.
And
we should encourage the men to eat tomato. Apparently it fights prostate cancer, so.
Oh, you know what? I have tried many things, and they have. I must mix it. So just a teaspoon. And I've also got a household of children who eat very, very, very mild food. So what I tend to do is I don't actually use a lot of masala and chilies, but obviously my husband likes it and I like a little bit of it. So it's a little bit hard when you're cooking for 6 people, but you try your best. You try your best. So before I mix everything, I'm going to put just a pinch of salt.
Yes.
Maybe another pinch.
Yes.
For luck.
Yes.
And then, so here's olive oil. It's part of your dressing.
Yes.
And you're going to just
the olive oil gets absorbed in the tissue.
Yes.
You know, it fights all diseases in the tissue.
And it's so healthy for you as well. Plus it has a lovely taste.
Oh, yes.
And obviously the lemon juice is just to add a little bit of a dimension.
Wonderful.
To the thing. If my mum was here, she would say you needed to add dhania and maybe some other things. But I am a lazy cook.
Yeah, I think she cooks extremely well. So alhamdulillah.
And so this is how we do it. This is just to put on the side, and there we go. It's done.
Alhamdulillah, now we come to the final chapter. And it looks awesome, stunning, and I'm now hungry. Suddenly I'm hungry. So, no, but you've got your sambals, you've got your couscous, you've got your butter, and you're just going to show us how you're going to serve it.
Okay,
so
what we do is just basically the couscous takes the place of your rice.
And
so
that's
it's meant to be eaten over like that.
Yeah.
The more saucy it is, the better, I suppose. But some people aren't too keen on sauce. And then obviously you can garnish it with your spring onions. And there you go.
Sister Nazneen, that was stunning. Jazakallah. And I'm sure the viewers are going to enjoy this. I learned something today that I am going to be using couscous instead of rice. I think it's much less calories.
It is.
So yes, I want to thank you once again for your time.
Jazakallah.
That was a lovely butter chicken recipe with couscous and sambals. And we hope that you will like us on Sayyid Global Productions Facebook page, Instagram, as well as on YouTube, as well as ITV networks. The Facebook page, the Instagram page, I think you even have a Twitter handle. So please follow us, send your comments, criticize us. We'd like to know if you want to be part of this program, like Sister Nazneen was today, then please do join us. Shukran jazakallah.